She's a Super Geek is a proud member of the Misdirected Mark Network. Today's episode is brought to you by Jen Adcock and by patrons like you.
She's a rock and roll play baby, and she throws a natural 20 crazy. She's a rock and roll play baby, and she's nothing near to normal and maybe I'm in love.
You're listening to episode 134 of She's a Super Geek, the actual play podcast highlighting women as GMs. Hello, I'm Andy, and on today's episode, Senda and I continue our playthrough of games easy to play from a distance. We're playing Couldn't Stand Still If You Tried by Sasha Renaud. It plays 2 to 6 people, and everyone needs 2d6, something to write things down with that can then be shared, and a way to play music. Each person plays a lone individual on board their own vessel who are on individual perilous journeys. In our game, Senda is a scavenger named Mockingbird, and I'm a space pirate named Toxic. Even though you've never met each other, you know and communicate with each other. After rolling prompts, you all write messages over the course of a soundtrack from Guitar Module 2017 by Upper Wilds. Their songs range from about 1.5 minutes to 4 minutes. The music is available to stream at upperwilds.bandcamp.com. If you don't finish your message by the end of the song, that's the only part that gets shared to your friends. Each message is written simultaneously and then shared. We figured that might be a little much to simultaneously share with you 2 different messages, so we just chose which message out of our pair to read first.
Found a satellite off A364 today, calculated orbit, and was able to scavenge the whole thing. Making my way over to No Man's for the sale. Already have a buyer lined up. Catch you later.
Mockingbird. Our eternal tormentor Lola was at the last station I was, SP391. Avoid at all costs. She has the forwards in her pocket and is doing business with the pink trees again. I cannot tell you how bamboozled I was to walk into the...
Thanks for the update on SP391. I can't believe she's still playing games there. I was headed into No Man's with this satellite salvage, but some asshole told me my buyer was a pink tree, so I'm finding another. Turns out they weren't, but it's too late now. I'm thinking of heading back to Sector 36. You think Lola's got the spice rack too? Nutmeg always seemed like such a good egg. I would hate to lose them as a contact. BT dubs. Can't trust Smash anymore. His information seems to be pretty out of date these days.
The checkpoint at Omeron Litues has come under the sway of the Copper Golds. Normally, I have no trouble getting through that checkpoint, but it seems that our contact Five Eyes has been transferred elsewhere. Of course, I fear the worst. I couldn't even bribe the Coppers this time. I have no idea who their new leader is, but after the shakeup last year where most every group lost their leader in that tragic accident, we have to be careful. I was able to drop off the shipment on FV9482 as per your instructions. Half of the payment is being sent to your Space Pal account. Make sure to drop some of that in savings, Mockingbird, otherwise I may have to bail you out of jail again like on Decampanopel. Not that I minded. Any chance to do good for a friend, or rival, or whatever you consider us. Anyway, stay away from OL for a while until things cool down. The gangs are kicking up fusses all across the sector, trying to outdo the other and prove who's toughest. I didn't get your message until just now, and I may have trusted Smash again, which is why I'm in the middle of a gigantic, frantic chase by the Galaxy Force. Hold on. This old junk heap won't be able to make it through another few hits. Next time we'd better pass along information quicker. Okay, I think I managed to ditch them. I don't know what we're going to do without asteroid fields. I'm going to kill Smash next time I see him, and then I'm going to drag him back from oblivion and kill him again. I've lost out on fuel crystals, and if I get stuck floating through the nothing of this system, I will do everything in my power to ruin his finances, friendships, and furloughs. Revenge will be mine. The smooth-talking scumbag. When we first met, he was an excellent Space Pool partner, and I think you can always trust somebody who's good at playing partners in Space Pool. It's one thing to be good at Space Partners. It's one thing to be good at Space Pool yourself, but to be team and be well at it.
Toxic, quick message. I was headed out to Sector 36 with these parts and they're right behind me. Thanks for the space, pal. The pink trees caught me snooping around checking on Lola's reach, because I wanted to see if the spice rack was still safe, right? So they've got something big hidden in the shadow of the moon that SP391 is orbiting, like biggest cash score I have ever seen. Super guarded, looked like an 80085 class ship. Though, and they've been tailing me for several hours. I got to keep this short because sometimes they shoot at me and my shields are crap. They weren't completely finished yet when I snagged my baby, so we might want to talk about hitting 391 sometime. You in?
Settle down there. Obviously, I escaped the last escapade. Thankfully, no one was hurt in my daring escape. Well, no one on my ship, anyway. I was able to get some information on SP391. I got some bad advice about a rigged boxing match and ended up getting my knees kicked in by some thugs. But while I was in the medical bay, I ran into Bert. Do you remember old Bert? She's had quite a ride with Lola these past few months and finally quit her. I don't envy her condition. I will always carry a flame for Lola, even unto my dying breath. Anyway, Bert traded information about SP391 for some drugs I happened to have found in the medical bay by total accident. I'm passing the info along in this encrypted file. It's going to take more than just the two of us to get into it, though. We'll need a team if we want to pull off this big of a heist. We may want to tap in Dog-Eye and Vinny the dinosaur. I think they're both still cool.
Toxic. Smash has joined the pink trees. I can't believe we didn't hear about this. Stay away from him. I didn't have another contact, and I had to get through the Landa Signy gate, but the pink trees were hot on my tail the whole time, and he told me they were still accepting bribes at that one as long as it was between Galactic Standard 0800 and 1200, but they've confiscated the satellite salvage. The whole thing. Can you believe these criffing, grubby hands? Anyway, now I'm stuck in the sector hiding again. I feel a very strong need for revenge because no one pulls the wool over Mockingbird's eyes. That 80085 class over by SP391 is starting to look awfully good. Wanna bet that no one can outrun me if I got in, snagged some stuff, and got out again? Think you could cover me? I'd give you a cut. Say 30%? This baby is the fastest hunk of junk in the sector, even if her shields are crap. Hey, Toxic! Thanks for the info! Turns out I didn't need backup after all, just the right way in and out. That 80085 is still there. It's a bit big for me to make off with by myself. But she is cleaned out of all technical equipment. Got a shield upgrade I'm going to hang on to, but the rest I just hawked at no man's. Definitely made up for that bad advice earlier. We need to figure out a new transport gate out of here, though. Definitely appreciated the info, so I went ahead and sent you 20% on Space Pal. Drinks on me. Cool. Or not, since I have no idea where you are right now. Where are you, anyway?
Come on, ship. I know you've got it in you. This could very well be my last message, Mockingbird. I've been marooned on a planet in the Cupalaneve system. Somehow my space fuel tank has disappeared. The nav had been altered to make it look like I had a full tank, but I was actually running off fumes. Curses! I can only assume this goes back to Lola and her spider's web of ruffians and ballywags. Maybe even Smash. It's not that I don't have extra fuel. Of course, we all keep emergency fuel, but I literally do not have a fuel tank. All I have is the auxiliary cables, and normal fuel doesn't work in those. I would use my solar array, but of course this planet is near a dark star.
Still looking for a safe checkpoint. Did you get off that planet? I tried Almatriska 7 today. That one was always reliable. As I got close to it, it was surrounded by pink trees. I hate what they do to the outside of their ships, but at least it makes them obvious, I guess. I mean, I know they're still looking for me, so I hung back and then I just turned around and got out of there. I need to find a new way out of this sector still. Have you ever tried Centauri 5? I don't know if our type has any relationship with the law there.
Mock, I have to be quick. I got picked up by the Devil's Run. I'm in her brig and not supposed to be communicating with anyone. I assume the funds are in the Space Pal, and I thank you heartily. It may be the bribery I need to escape from here. From her. She hasn't been down to see me. But I can only assume it is she who ordered my marooning and falsified my rescue. Who put someone you rescued from a maroon planet in the brig? They loaded my ship onto the docking bay, so if I can break out of here, get a new fuel tank, the exact type I need, which may be difficult because they don't sell those to the general public, fuel up and fly off without any being the wiser, I can meet up for the run at the 80085 ship. Assuming that she has nothing planned.
Hey, Toxic, guess who got a message from our old friend Smash, that asshole? Can you believe it? He told me Centauri 5 is a safe gate, so now I know for sure it's not. Not sure when you'll see this if you're still locked up, but you're the best at daring escapes, so I'm assuming this is going to find you with your head in the stars again. Anyway, since Smash seems to think that we're listening to him, I figured I'd do the exact opposite and head back towards SP391 again. I did a drive-by in the 80085 because there was no one there. I guess they really sent everyone out looking for me, or truly thought that I would be headed to Centauri 5. Can you believe it? It's just like a hive mind with these pink trees, I swear. I expected better of Lola, but I don't know, maybe I've just put her on a pedestal in my head. Maybe she was just never as good as me to begin with. Anyway, I snagged some of the escape pods on my way through. Those should be worth a pretty penny, and I wouldn't have been able to get them without that file you sent, so I'll send you another cash infusion in a moment.
Now, what happened back on SP391 makes sense. Lola summoned me to her quarters and immediately attempted to seduce me, an attempt that I fended off. I have too much pride to go back to her after everything she has done. The bar back on SP391 was full of mercenaries who were doing karaoke as a cover for her bigger operation. Not the karaoke, that was just for recreation. I mean, the mercenaries themselves were there as a distraction. It looks like you may not be able to get out of the system by checkpoint. Lola and the pink trees and the copper golds and the utilitarian vlogs and a bunch of other gangs have essentially merged into one unified pain in the ass. Lola is running everything out of the Devil's Run. I kept her talking over dinner about her plans and about what she'd been doing. All the checkpoints are covered. You're going to have to smuggle yourself or get smuggled out of the system. It's nothing to be worried about. I have Lola in the palm of my pocket. I can feed you information about scores as long as you can make them happen and prepare a safe place for me after I break up with Lola again. She's just so beautiful and powerful and self-assured. Yes, I did sleep with her, but that was only after dinner.
Toxic, you'll never believe this. I ran into a random fuel tank floating through space, which is like, what are the odds? Am I right? I mean, never tell me the odds, but seriously. And it was like the one for your ship. In fact, I think it might be the one for your ship. I went in to scoop it up and it was a pink tree ambush. So, thanks. Do you think Lola knows we've been communicating? Are you still dating her again? Did you have something to do with this?
I need your help, Mockingbird. I may have stolen a small transporter from the Devil's Run. I can't get away from the steady pull of Lola's orbit when I'm around her. I'm headed out to Sector Gamma Iota, and you will need me to send more credits so I can get a better ship. We can rendezvous and pull something on Lola to get my old ship after we get a new fuel tank. It's a good ship, Mockingbird.
She plays a maid, she's got me under her spell. She plays a fighter with her eyes set to kill. I play, and I can't look away. Yeah. She takes me.
We hope you enjoyed episode 134 of She's a Super Geek. If you liked what you heard, please stop by your favorite podcatcher and give us a 5-star rating and review. Learn more about us at our website, sasgeek.com, or on our Twitter, sasgeek podcast. Our theme song is Rock and Roll Play Baby by Kieran Strange. You can find music, tour dates, and merch at kieranstrange.com or on Twitter at kieranstrange. Thank you for being with us for our space adventure. See you later, space cowboys. Wink!
Defenses, I'm ready, I'm waiting on the battleground. She's a rock and roll play baby, and she throws a natural 20 crazy. She's a rock and roll play baby, and she's nothing new to normal and maybe. I'm in love, I'm in love. Oh, oh, I'm in love, I'm in love. Oh, oh, I'm in love with the rock and roll play baby.
She's a Super Geek is a proud member of the Misdirected Mark Network. Cool, I'll do this without you standing over me and saying yes.
Crazy. Outtake.
Outtakes!